So I'm really excited about getting together today, and I appreciate you guys all coming. I think we're at a really important time right now, as Shantanu was saying. There's a big transition in how software is being developed. We've certainly been working on some stuff there. You guys are all working on stuff. And it's really going to be a lot of fun to talk about what we think is next. We just finished Air here, but there's a lot of other stuff happening as well, and there's a lot more to do. So the way the day is going here is we're going to have some folks get up and show some examples of what they're working on. I'm going to show some examples. There'll be a couple of conversations. But this is to stir a conversation with you guys. So if you see stuff you want to talk about, feel free to engage. Talk to me when I'm up here if you want to. Raise your hand, yell something out, whatever. And we can have that conversation going. I think we'll get warmed up as you see some of that happen. The other is that Shantanu's going to come back after I'm showing a few examples, and we'll also just have open discussion for a bit too. Obviously there's a lot of movement towards the web for applications. We're working now to bring that full circle back to the desktop and get some of the capabilities that we lost while we went there. But our frontier is actually going to be bringing Air to other platforms. So I wanted to show you our thinking here. And this is basically, we don't have this running yet, but I wanted to share some of the ideas that we're talking about and see what you guys think about this here too. This is basically a concept of Air running on a handheld device, smartphone in this case. You can see on the left there's a bunch of application icons, and on the right there's Adobe Media Player there running as one of the applications, but could be any of the Air applications. So now these need to be designed for a small form factor, and I think as people start adopting mobile devices more and more, or in some countries, of course, starting with mobile and maybe not even using a personal computer, the design center of what we build is going to shift to being mobile first. Right now, most of the software we make at Adobe is for personal computers with big screens. Most of the people who use that software produce content for people using big screens and personal computers. That's largely what we're all doing right now. I believe that's going to shift over the next few years, where we're actually going to start thinking about designing for mobile first and then figure out how to make it work on a big screen. And that's going to be pretty liberating, I think, because coming down from a big screen to a small screen doesn't really work that well. People are really trying hard to make that work, but for applications, that's challenging because you tend to design a user interface that uses the larger space, and it doesn't just work that well when you shrink it. But if you design small, it's a lot easier to make those bigger. So to show you what I mean, if we had this application running on a mobile device, wouldn't it be great if you could actually take that exact same application you had on your mobile device and run it on your personal computer? So if you're carrying your application around and it's a travel application or a media player or contact application, be able to just drag that to your personal computer and run it. And it may run exactly the same as it did in your mobile device. And of course, widgets are pretty popular right now, so these could actually start out as basically widgets on your personal computer, and you could run several of them if you wanted to. And that lets you start bridging your mobile experience and your desktop experience without the designer and the developer really even necessarily thinking about the PC when they build the app. Same Air file installs on mobile and on PCs. Now, because you do have a bigger screen, perhaps some of these applications could be designed to take advantage of that. So if one were to stretch that screen bigger, vertically or horizontally, some of these applications could relay themselves out. We could put in dynamic constraints, which we already have in the programming models we're all using right now on the web. It's a flexible design environment. So this could stretch a bit, or there could be alternate skins if someone wanted to really design something specifically for a bigger screen that the application could switch to when it's stretched. But by default, it would work, and this would be kind of extra credit for making it take advantage of the extra space. So that's something that we're looking at now as working to enable for people to build these apps and start bridging the mobile and the PC world, which hasn't been done to date, and we're excited about the potential of doing it. So that's just a little bit about where we're at in our minds right now, and so I wanted to share that to see if you guys thought that I was nuts, or if that was ever going to work, or if that was really cool, or whatever. So feel free to yell that out, or whatever. How many people think that it has a chance of working? Oh, okay, that's good. Can you help me do it?